Hi, Tile at Interfidelity here. Today we're not going to talk about headphones. I'm going to put on my personal audio hat, and we're going to talk about a pair of speakers that are USB powered. These are the UFi UCube speakers. These plug directly into your USB port on your computer, and they get their signal digitally from the USB port, but they also get their power from the USB port. It has about 2.5 watts of power available on it, and with these speakers you can get up to 15 watts of power for short periods of time. The way it does it is that it stores the energy from the USB port and then uses that energy during the loud passages of the music and stores more energy during the quieter passages of the music. So it's a pretty unique little gadget. There's quite a bit of technology inside the unit. Has a USB D to A converter, of course, but there's also a digital signal processor that does some stuff to control this particular type of driver, which is called a balanced mode radiator. We'll get into that in a second. And it also provides, the DSP also provides some image enhancement, some widening of the sound stage. So a quick look at the speakers physically. This is the left speaker, and it has the cables attached to it, the USB cable and the RCA cable going over to the right speaker. And I'll just simply unplug these cables. There's a small thumb screw on the back, and it comes off. It's very simple. The right speaker just has the RCA connector on it. These balanced mode radiators that are in here are a very special kind of driver. It's a flat driver. At the lower frequencies, it just pistons in and out, but at the higher frequencies, they've balanced this driver and the support mechanism, the spider that is pushing on the driver, such that at the higher frequencies it sort of bends, and they call that bending mode radiation or something like that. It's rather complex, but in the end what it does is a large flat surface, as it increases in frequency, will begin to narrow its a radiation pattern, and then that's called beaming. And so as a large driver goes higher and higher in frequency, the sound being radiated off of it goes into a narrower and narrower angle. But on these drivers it doesn't do that because of this bending mode propagation, and acts more like a point source. As a result, these types of drivers work over a wide frequency response range, but also have wide dispersion, so they can fill a room fairly easily. And I did find that these speakers do a great job of filling a room. There's really quite enough sound to be able to use it as a little speaker for background sound in a room. So it easily does that. I think it would be great as a speaker in a dorm room, or an RV, or a small apartment. Would work absolutely fine for that. This is a great gadget to bring along to hotel rooms with you. It's easily transportable. They're very light. They didn't come with a carrying case, unfortunately. I would have liked to see some sort of a carrying case to put them in. I slipped them into a sock when I took them traveling with me over the weekend. So give you a little idea of the sound quality. I don't know if you'll really be able to hear it, but you got a sense of how strong my voice is now. So that's a pretty good level. Okay, I'll pause that. Well, I'll give it a try, and we'll see if we can hear the difference between the speakers and the computer speakers. So that's the computer speaker. You can hear that it's quite teeny, not nearly as loud. Back to the UCubes. Okay, and this will also show you on your system preferences panel. So when you go up here and click and go to system preferences on an Apple and go to sound, you'll see that the UFi UCube is available as one of the drivers. On a Windows machine, it'll also be in your control panel under the sounds and selecting the USB source. So I figured we'd take these little speakers apart and show you the inside. Alright, so I wouldn't suggest doing this at home because these are adhered with glue, and I've already taken this one off, so it'll be easier to take off the second time. But I simply got a pick in here and pulled the grill off, and as I say, this is much easier the second time than it was the first. There's the balanced mode radiator. You see it's a small square surface with a surround on it. Okay, taking the last screw out here. Of this assembly. There it comes. There's a lot of nice tacky glue in here. I think this is actually a pretty good build job. They were quite sturdy and firm in there. I really, as I say, I wouldn't really suggest you do this at home. Alright. And there we go. Alright, that took me a second to get that connector off. It was nice and tight. You'll see that the connectors, there's a large one and a thin one, so that's nice. You can't get the polarity wrong because the connectors are two different sizes. You can see this is a BMR driver from NXT, which is now high wave. So this driver was built a little while ago. And inside the unit, you can see the circuit board. We'll take that out and you can see the chipset on it. Alright, we're getting the last screw out here now. And there we go. So we've got, I think this is the main chip right here that was made by Audium, and you can see it's quite a dense board, a lot of components on it, a lot of stuff going on there. Chokes for the DC to DC converters and Class D amplifiers. Very nice little design, small, nicely made, compact, and I think quite a bit of stuff for $149. Alright, all back together again. I thought the sound quality on these speakers was fairly good. The bass response, of course, was essentially missing below 100 Hertz. You really can't create very low frequency notes with a driver that's this small, so it's perfectly understandable. I thought the highs were a little tizzy and fuzzy sounding. It's a little bit hard to describe. I think it had to do a lot with the processing that they do to improve the image. It'd be interesting to play around with that processing to see the different characteristics of the sound you could get. There is a company, Highwave themselves, sell a developer's kit. It's $900, and with that kit you can adjust the various EQ and image processing settings. So that's interesting. I think that'd be fun to play with. Maybe I'd get my hands on one of those. But even though the sound was far from perfect, it was also quite good, significantly better than the audio from both my laptops, my MacBook Pro and my MacBook. better than the little cheapy $29 external speakers you can get for speakers by a wide margin. I thought they were very, very balanced overall. They had a good mid-range, good weight and heft to their sound. I really enjoyed them. So I would definitely recommend these speakers at $149. I think you're getting quite a bit. It's certainly very, very convenient. You don't have to deal with wall warts or anything. Just a couple of wires and you're good to go. So yeah, I definitely recommend these. They're a lot of fun, and I certainly enjoy sitting on my back porch listening to them, which is what I'm going to do right now as I edit this video. So until next time, we'll see ya.